And we're live. Day 23, year of streaming and learning to code. Okay. We left off 25% of the way through, learning Sass. We're going to resume. How many projects? Okay, so 4 projects, 4 sections, quiz and a project, quiz and a project, quiz and project, quiz and project. Okay. We finish, create a Sass style sheet, and now we are on to Mixins and selector. Mixins and the and selector. There we go. Double and. Loading. 9 sections, just like yesterday. Everything loaded. Looks good. All right. In the next set of exercises, you'll use new Sass concepts to fix and add styles. The note card on the right. Fix Sass concepts. What? No, why? In the next set of exercises, you'll use new Sass concepts to fix and add styles. The note card on the right so that it flips when you hover over it. That's right. We read that terrible sentence yesterday and struggled with it then as well. Onwards. Recall that in CSS, a pseudo element is used to style parts of an element. For example, styling the content, : before or : after the content of an element. Using a pseudo class such as : hover to set the properties of an element when the user's mouse is touching the area of the element. In Sass, the and character is used to specify exactly where a parent selector should be inserted. It also helps write pseudo classes in a much less repetitive way. For example, the following Sass Notecard and : hover include transform rotary minus not rotary rotating negative 180 degrees. We'll compile the following CSS: Notecard hover transform rotating or rotate. Wow. It's the stupidity. That's what that is on my behalf. Rotate Y as in like the axis, like the X and Y axis. Rotate. Dear God, that's hilarious. That's worthy of a lower back tattoo. All right. Rotate Y negative 180 degrees. Okay, we'll compile the following instructions. In main.css, inside of .notecard, nest and invoke the following and selector. Something tells me we should have dug further into HTML, but this is okay. This is fine. This is fine. We're going on. In main.scss, inside of the .notecard, nest and invoke the following and selector. I'm going to take you, copy. Click run to see your changes in the browser and inspect them in the output of main.css. Hover over your card and watch the contents rotate. We will be styling it further in the next exercise. We're going to add it to .notecard like so. Just like that. So we're looking for Notecard. And we're just gonna drop it in. I hope. We got a green checkbox, good enough. What do we get? Max streak count of 10. Wait. Oh. So far, that's the longest streak is that it's recorded is 10 days. We've been here for 23. We know the truth. The truth is out there, ladies and gentlemen. Or whatever you choose. Good. Onwards. Next. Section 2. Let's do this. Let's do this. In addition to variables and nesting, Sass has multiple constructs that reduce repetition. In Sass, a mixin lets you make groups of CSS declarations that you want to reuse throughout your site. The notation for creating a mixin is as follows. Mixin, backface visibility hidden, WebKit hidden, Moz hidden, MS hidden, O hidden. All right. Note Mixin names and all other Sass identifiers use hyphens and underscores. Interchangeably, the following code: .notecard, front, comma back, width 100%, height 100, absolute, include backface visibility. And then the mixin contains all that backface visibility noise. That's what I took from it. Is equivalent, yeah, all this noise is equivalent to this. So that little doohickey at include will give us all that fun. Cool. At the top of main.css, create the following mixin. Mixin backface at mixin stripes. Background. Next, include the mixins inside the join front.bat selectors. Yeah. So we're adding the mixin there. There's that. And then within front and back, we're going to add this. Which that's already there, so we're just going to add this line. Copy. Right? Run. We'll find out. Look at that. Green checkbox. Hot damn. Okay. Onwards. You know what? Back. There was a note after that. Note, backface visibility is a vendor-specific property that is perfect for mimicking an index card with a front and back. Click Run to see your change in the browser and inspect them in main.css. Hover over your card to see the effects of a hidden backface in motion. Aha. All right. That's kind of tripping it up. But in general, we can sort of appreciate what we're heading towards. The path we are heading down. All right, so mixins also have the ability to take in a value. An argument or parameter is a value passed to the mixin that will be used inside the mixin, such as visibility in this example. At mixin, backface visibility, blah, 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 $ visibility for everybody. In fact, you should only ever use Mixin if it takes an argument. We'll learn more about this in a later exercise. The syntax to pass in a value is as follows. Include backface visibility hidden. In the code above, hidden is passed to the backface visibility Mixin, where it will be assigned as the value of its argument, $visibility. Instructions. 1. In main.scss, modify backface visibility Mixin to take in a parameter like so. Backface visibility, so let's go down to where we put it. Okay. Mixin, backface visibility, add an argument. Everything's hidden. Pass in the value of hidden inside front and back selector. So we've got front and back here, visibility, we're going to drop in hidden. But here, we've got all this. So copy that noise. And drop in hidden. Green checkbox. Success. Somehow. Yeah, sure, that seems reasonable. Next, 4 of 9. Mixin arguments can be assigned a default value in the Mixin definition by using a special notation. A default value is assigned to the argument if no value is passed in when the Mixin is included. Defining a default value for each argument is optional. The notation is as follows. Mixin blah visibility : hidden. That's the only thing that's changed. The example above, if no value is passed in when backface visibility is included, hidden would be assigned to all properties. Okay. We're slowly creeping closer to where they want us to end up. We are making progress. Bit by bit. Okay, 1. In main.scss, add a default value of hidden to the argument in backface visibility. Visibility : hidden. Backface properties. So all we're doing is adding that little bit. To here. Success again. 5 of 9. In general, here are 5 important facts about arguments and mixins. 1. Mixins can take multiple arguments. 2. Sass allows you to explicitly define each argument in your @include statement. 3. When values are explicitly specified, you can send them out of order. If a Mixin definition has a combination of arguments with and without a default value, you should define the ones with no default value first. Mixins can be nested. Here are some concrete examples of the rules. Mixin dashboard width, color, FFF, border, color width, dashed. Span only passes non-default arguments. P passes both arguments. Div passes out of order but explicitly defined. include a dash border, include a dash border 3 pixels green, include a dashed border color purple width of 5. In the example above, the color of the border of span elements would be white, the border of paragraph elements would be green, while the div elements would have a thick purple border. Instructions 1. Practice makes perfect. In main.scss, inside of the .back selector, include the following. Include transform, rotate Y, or better yet, hashtag rotatey. Rotate Y negative 180 degrees. Click run. Yeah, okay, so where do I put this? What now? Dot back include transform rotate Y. Right. Let's take this, copy, we're just gonna do it under line height. Why the hell not, right? And we're running. Sweet. 2. In addition to flipping the back, we also want to make sure that the note card preserves a 3D effect during all of its transformations. At the top of main.css, add the following mixin, transform, style. Invoke the mixin inside of .notecard. Include transform, preserve 3D. .notecard, which would be there. Right. Hold the phone. That's not right. Sit, boo-boo, sit. Spit that out. This goes here. There we go. And then this guy goes inside Notecard. Well, actually, I may have just too early. Nope, well deserved. You like that? Look at that. Titanosaur? 122 feet, 70 tons, herbivore, Patagonia, about 100 to 95 million years ago. Last but not least, add the following at the top of main.css. Mixin transition time. Avoid the following inside. Whoa. Add the following inside Notecard selector. I don't know if it actually needs to be at the top or just above all the dots. I think it's just above all the selectors. So we're just going to keep dropping them in order. Three, success. Section 5 done. Ha ha, look at that. Spinning, doing its thing. So great. So great. Okay. I birthed a note card. Pretty cool. This is a big moment for me. All right, next. Section 6. Sass allows you to pass in multiple arguments in a list or map format. For example, take the multiple properties needed to create the college-ruled stripes in the back of our note card. At Mixin stripes, direction, width, percent, stripe color, stripe background, blah, blah, blah. Repeating linear gradient. So that's what we're adding. In this scenario, it makes sense to create a map with these properties in case we ever want to update or reference them. College ruled style, direction to bottom, width 15%, stripe color blue, stripe background white. When we include our Mixin, we can then pass in these arguments in a map with the following ... notation. Hey, critical. What up, man? Alright. Check it out. It spins in 3D, right? Right? Pretty cool. Where do we leave off? Alright, in this scenario, it makes sense to create a map with these properties in case we ever want to update or reference them. When we include our Mixin, we can then pass in these arguments in a map with the following ... notation. Definition, width, height includes stripes, college-ruled style. Note, remember to always prioritize readability over writing less code. This approach is only useful if it adds clarity to your code base. So hold on. Remember to always prioritize readability over writing less code. This approach is only useful if you find it adds clarity to your code base. Okay, all right. It's going well. I've made it 6 sections without lighting the city on fire or any serious casualties, so that's pretty cool. No, Surrey, I'm not talking to you. How's your night going? Day, night, whatever it may be for you. Hopefully it's going well. Okay. Instruction 1. At the top of main.scss, make a new list variable. Stripe properties to bottom white include the stripes Mixin inside of .definition. Click run. Copy. Hey, rain's picking up. The rain just woke up little kitty. Good to hear. You're streaming earlier than usual tonight over here, been raining. Yeah. No, I'm shocked that I'm streaming this much earlier than normal. I mean, it was like 5 hours earlier than I've been streaming, so this is when I normally like to stream, but it never really works out that way. Procrastination. It's one of my strong suits. What am I doing? I'm dropping in stripe properties. Topher. Ah, damn. We got the crew here tonight. Okay, I'm putting stripe properties, so Mixin stripe Death. Background. What did they have it in? Background. Repeating linear gradient. Okay. Here's this. So I think college ruled. I am not confident in this. That feels wrong. But I'm gonna run with it. And then we need to put in inside dot definition this bit. Where is dot definition? Run. Damn. Thanks. Don't have a lot of time for web dev stuff anymore. That sucks. For when I watch. Ha. Too kind. Alright. Did you include the stripes, mix in, and pass in a list of defining arguments? The bottom. I did not. I definitely did not do this. Stripe property. Inside stripes. We're going to run this and get the code. I get the general idea. But I'm right on the edge, and it would be better just to see exactly what I have or what's needed. We can just get code. It's only one little thing we need. If it wants to give us the code, oh god. Unable to connect to Codecademy. Death. Everything is falling apart. Traditionally, this is bad. Says unable to connect to Codecademy in that flashy red thing. I'm sure it's fine. Not to worry. Little kitty, everything's gonna be great. We're just gonna refresh the page and see what happens. Gray is good. Connected. Bitchin'. Nice. We need files with nothing in it. That's not helpful at all. Get help. Restart the exercise. Reset. I think that's going to be our only saving grace. Can't restore workspace. I've broken the internet. Yet again. Son of a... Death. That's cool. That's fine. Not to worry. In this instance, we back entirely out of the exercise. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Back into Sass. back into Mixins and selectors. We're in section 1. It's already done. Everything looks good. It says we're connected. We already completed this. On to section 2. Everything looks great, except for the fact that this says not found, but whatever. That also has a checkbox. We're running, or no, we're doing next. Consider normal work. 3 of 9. We're getting there. 4 of 9. Success. I'm gonna hit run. What happens when we run it? Good, good. Nothing happens when we run it. Awesome. And here we are. Section 6 of 9. We're going to hit run. No response from web browser. This is strange. Codecademy down? I don't think Codecademy is down. Localhost 8000. Okay, okay. This is good. I mean, this is probably the worst form of good, but, you know, whatever. That's fine. No response from web browser. So be it. I'm going to do run again. We're going to do run once more. We're going to try and get the code. Hopefully that'll reset everything. That worked. That brought the note card back. But now that we have the note card back, it says it's unable to connect again. Death troubleshooting. Okay. Not to worry. Because we can get past this. Because we're going to go to section 5. Connected. This is a nightmare. Okay. Not to worry. Not to worry. If I were a broken Codecademy webpage, where would I go? I would F that noise. Instructions. Report a bug. That seems lame. New plan. We're going to take Codecademy, and we're going to close out of Codecademy. And now we're going to quit that. Back into Google Chrome. And we're going to load Codecademy again. We're going to go to the catalog. We're going to make it full screen. Back to learning. Back to Sass. It says that's locked, and that's okay. Continue. Oops, it looks like you can't access this yet. Resume. Let's see where it takes us. 6 of 9 here. Connecting to Codecademy. It gives us the note card. All right. I think I solved it. I'm going to delete that. Instructions. At the top of main.scss, make a new list variable. Stripes. We already have stripes, direction, width %, stripe color, and stripe background. FFF. All of this looks the same. Repeating linear gradient. Repeating linear gradient. Direction, background. Background width % -1. 1%. Background width %. Okay. Those are identical. In this scenario, it makes sense to create a map with the properties in case we ever want to update or reference them. $college ruled style. So we're going to drop this in with that. And then we already have this section added in definition. Right here. So at the top of main, add in this stripe properties to bottom 15% blue. So college ruled style, but they want it as this. But I would add, I'm taking this, copy, I think I got it. Copy. Here we go. Background nonsense. That's the end of that. College ruled, there's all that noise, but I think it can be replaced with just this. Unless I'm wrong. But I don't necessarily think I am. Copy. So there's this, and now we already have the remaining bit, definition, a part of dot definition. I'm gonna run it. Son of a bitch. Wait, what's happening? Something about pizza in San Francisco? Pizza bars, they do have an arcade. Something about San Francisco, pizza, deep dish. Deep dish. Continuing on. Surprised you don't do web dev job. I'm pretty sure you know enough for good, no college degree. I talked to a couple people that said you don't need one as long as you show you know your stuff with projects and whatnot. One of my friends manages a huge chain of Arabian horse websites. He streams it from time to time. Huh. That's probably true, but the space is so competitive, even if you show you know your stuff, 9 times out of 10 they choose the person with the degree. On that, I'm trying to get one a degree as well. Interesting. Huh. I didn't realize degrees were so critical for the coding environment. I thought it was heavily based off projects. In fact, I thought it was almost kind of flipped. Even if you had a degree, but no projects to show, I figured they would have picked the person who had projects or, I guess, real world experience to provide that instead of the person with the degree. But I suppose if you have work experience and the degree, that makes sense. They'll choose the person with the degree if they both have work experience or projects they can point to. All right. We're gonna run. Did you include the stripe mixin and pass in list arguments? I don't think I did. Get the code. I've seen companies require 10 plus years experience and BS degree in computer science for junior position making under 100,000. Damn. Depends. Some places have tests before the interview process. That test, if you can replicate a mock-up and do the code they want you to do. All right. Run. Death. Close. Link deleted. Hold on. Hold the phone. Awesome. You guys figured it out. Great. I was gonna say, I think I'd need to change the automatic delete link setting or whatever, but since you whispered it to him, you're good. Set. Crises averted for now. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. There's that. There's that. Delete. Damn. So close, yet so far away. Copy. Okay. List arguments. Section 6. Rut row. Okay. Connected to Codecademy. Good. Back. 5. Run. And then 6. Guys, I am super stuck. And I know these aren't the biggest windows. And I can drop this down a bit. But somehow, the Mixin stripes were trying to add the college ruled lines to the note cards. And they've got this Mixin stripe stuff right here. Mixin stripes, blah, 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 direction color, $sign direction, $, stripe color 1%. That's all this noise here. This college stuff I added out of confusion. Which is right here somehow. So this information, college ruled style for the lines, direction towards the bottom, width percent 15, stripe color blue, blah, 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 all that's great. We'll be mixing it into definition with that handy college ruled thing, which I've added to definition, the selector. Include, you know what? I think it's the ... Maybe that's what it is. Now that I look at it, I think it was the ... but we'll see. But they're saying to add this to make a new list variable, stripe properties, to bottom 15% blue, white. This seems like the condensed version of this college ruled stuff, because it's to bottom 15 blue and white. All the same info here. And then they say include the stripe mixin inside of dot definition with this guy. So I think this is in the right place. I don't know if the ellipses, the dot dot dot, is necessary or if it's screwing things up, but I'm pretty sure this is in the right place. Not sure about the dots, but somehow I need to get this, a new list variable, and I don't know if they want me to add this whole section, or if I'm only supposed to add this little condensed version to the rest of the stripe background info. Where's your stripe properties variable located? I believe the dot 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 is essentially the spread operator. Good. Good. So keep the ellipses. I don't know where my stripe properties variable is located. I think I was born without one. Yes, the ellipses is the spread operator. Okay, so we keep that. Good. Or maybe not. Where am I putting the stripe properties? Let me copy it. And we're at the top. There's dot definition. Okay, so let's define it. To define it, would I include it within the stripe mixins, or would I create a new one for this college ruled styling? I'm pretty sure I include it within this, the mixin for the stripes. Possibly. Create a new variable. You can do it above the mixin. Okay. Do I need var for variable? Or can I just drop in stripe properties? Or do I do at mixin? With no variable. That doesn't seem right either. A mixin is essentially a function in Sass. You're creating a variable with properties to pass into the mixin. Gotcha. Okay. At least I think. I understand, possibly. I think at this point in Old Yeller, they would have taken him out back and just gotten rid of him. At this point, that's basic. We should get a new dog. The $ in Sass creates the variable. Aha! There you go. Variable. So stripe properties. So we're going to get rid of 1, 2, 3. Run. Yes. I'm still doing something wrong. I thought I had it at that point. Everything seemed okay. We'll put that back. More appropriate than saying variable, you're creating a map. That makes sense. They mentioned map earlier, like section 2 of 9. Something about maps, right? Somewhere? They said it somewhere over here. Okay. Alright. So, do I place the stripe properties variable inside the Mixin, the stripe Mixin, or do I leave it above as its own? They're saying create a new, or at the top. So I feel like it's supposed to go all the way at the top. But I think I'm reading that wrong. Or I think I'm interpreting it incorrectly. And I tried the get the correct code thing to move on to the next section after screwing up enough, but it's not giving me, there's some issue with Codecademy. And it's not giving me the correct answer code to move on to the next section. Okay. There's that. Hold on. Comma. There's that. I think, maybe not. Run. No. Get rid of those 3. Run. This is painful. Did you include the $stripe Mixin and pass in a list as that? $stripes. We are so lost. I am so lost. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Okay. Before, after, hover. No card. Next. Mixins, backface visibility, .notecard. Add that in. So we have our mixin, and then we have the include. We've got our backface visibility. We can have the visibility and hidden. Put the variable at the top of, damn, main CSS file. Okay. Let me get back to section 6. Okay. Here's this. Copy. Ta-da! Stripe properties at the top. We have include stripe properties with the ellipses in the definition section like they wanted. Stripe properties, with the ellipses, 1, 2, 3. There's that. Variable at the top. And include in definition. Like so. Ah, right. Get rid of it from the Mixin. Delete. Run. Holy God. Topher saves the day. That was brutal. That was the longest nightmare I've experienced in a long time. That's awesome. Thank you. All right. Onwards, finally. In Sass, string interpolation is the process of placing a variable string in the middle of two other strings. In a Mixin context, interpolation is handy when you want to make use of variables in selectors or files names. Or file names. The notation is as follows. Mixin, photo content file, content URL, blah blah, hashtag $ file, and then .jpg. String interpolation. Okay, so that's the actual thing that's occurring. Object fit cover. Photo content, Titanosaur width 60% margin block. String interpolation would enable the following CSS. Photo content URL, Okay. So what do they want now? Hey, and look at that. We have stripes now. Lovely blue. College ruled stripes. Okay. So, next. In main.scss, edit the photo content mixin as follows. Alright, so the photo content is here. We have object fit cover, where we're going to be dropping in the file, and we're just going to take all that, include the mixin inside of .photo selector, and pass the file name of Titanosaur. So from here, we're just going to do this. There's that. We've got all that info now in here. And now we're going to go down to the photo selector, .photo. And they've got it above with the semicolon. And that should be, ta-da, green checkbox. Can you believe that, little kitty? No, you're still asleep? Alright. Well, section 6 was absolute hell until Topher saved the day. But I just made it through section 7 alive, unscathed. Friggin' miracle. Section 8. Definitely gonna learn this. Looks so convenient. Sass is legit. If I may make a recommendation, recommend away. Oh my god, there's a photo of the Titanosaur. Zooming in. Height equal to 7-story building. And this image came from, what is that, CBS? That eye logo? Yeah, they thought we wouldn't see that. We did. Alright. Yes. I've had the same concern with the copying versus the manually keying it in. Physical memory. I'll keep that in mind. Alright. What happened now? Did we... Oh, we're on to section 8. Okay. So far, great job. You've accomplished some fancy styling with Mixins. Now it's time to tie in how the AND selector plays into Mixins. Sass allows AND selector usage inside of Mixins. The flow works much like you think it would. 1. The AND selector gets assigned the value of the parent at the point where the mixin is included. 2. If there's no parent selector, then the value is null and Sass will throw an error. Okay. Typing is like writing. The more you do it, the more it just becomes second nature. Yes, I'm hoping for, although it will require me typing it out, but muscle memory. Although learning all the different languages is kind of meh, but we'll get there. I'll get there. Okay. At Mixin, text hover color and colon hover. All right. In the above, the value of the parent selector will be assigned based on the parent at the point where it is invoked. .word, SCSS, block center relative, include text hover red. The above will compile the following CSS. Block center relative 40, word hover color red. Okay. Notice that the Mixin inherited the parent selector .word because that was the parent at that point where the Mixin was included. All right. I believe they're focusing on that part right there. The include and the .word hover both get the red text. All right, so 1. Main.css, create the new Mixin. Mixin hover color and colon hover color $ color. Include it inside the .word selector. Include, okay, wait, click run to see your changes. Oh god, alright, as long as I don't totally destroy this. So is there already an at Mixin? No, I create a new Mixin. Alright, well with that said, I'm going to create it down here. At Mixin. Hover color $ color space bracket and colon hover color colon $ color semicolon. All right, there we go. Mixin added, include it inside the .word selector. So .word include at include hover color red. Fingers crossed, this should work. All right, click run to see your changes in the browser and inspect them in the output main.css. In particular, hover over the word titanosaur in the browser and watch it turn red before it flips over. I see no change to red. I want to believe them. Something's wrong in the force. But they gave me the green checkbox. I missed the R. Oh, yeah. Hover colo. It's a thing. Now, there we go. Look at that. Super flippy. How do we get it to just... There we go. Dun 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 dun. Way cool. All right. Problem solved. Crises averted. Section 9. All right. This lesson has introduced you to some of the most powerful concepts Sass has to offer. Mixins are a powerful tool that allow you to keep your code dry. Their ability to take in arguments, assign default values to those arguments, and accept said arguments in whatever format is most readable and convenient for you makes the Mixin Sass's most popular directive. The AND selector is a Sass construct that allows for expressive flexibility by referencing the parent selector when working with CSS pseudo elements and classes. String interpolation is the glue that allows you to insert a string in the middle of another when it is in a variable format. Its applications vary, but the ability to interpolate is especially useful for passing in file names. Let's keep up the awesome job in the next lesson, where we will learn about functions, arithmetic, and color operations in Sass. Sounds like a good time. Up next, what I've learned so far. Keep track of how well you've learned the concepts. I can use mixins to reduce repetition in my CSS code. Well, yeah, we did quite a few mixins during the 9 sections of this lesson, so we'll say 5. I understand how this AND selector works in CSS. I'm going to say 4. There's room for growth. Also that there's always room for improvement. We'll drop that to a 4. Please rate the quality of the lesson. I think the lesson was great. I'm just all but certain that I'm an idiot. Tell us what you thought about your learning experience. Use the term dry. Don't even tell you what that means. Hopefully they did in a previous lesson. I noticed that dry was in all caps. No idea what the hell that means. No idea. They haven't gone over it. And I've been going through glacially reading everything at a snail's pace, trying to absorb all the ideas and rules, protocol as best as possible, so I haven't noticed. Alright, what did I think about the learning experience? It was like the same thing as last night. It was very insightful. However, section 6 of 9 wasn't section 6 of 9 would lose connectivity to Codecademy when trying to get code after multiple failed attempts. What does Grammarly have to say? The comma would go after, however. Fascinating. Yeah, it was very insightful, however. Okay, I can see that. That makes sense. Grammarly, always looking out for us. Alright. Sounds good. Submit. Up next, functions and operations. Learn to use Sass functions, loops, and conditions to style different components of a web page. Start lesson. Alright. And again, this is the end of tonight's stream, but just reading the beginning. as always. Functions and operations in Sass allow for computing and iterating on styles. Alright, well, that will be tomorrow's lesson that I get to tackle. That'll be day 24. Woo! Looking forward to tomorrow. Topher, Critical, thank you so much for the support and guidance. Greatly appreciate it. Hey, 50% of the way through Sass. Not bad. 226 points. Way to go, Gryffindor. Alright. That's basically it for today. Back to Codecademy. And back to OBS. And that's about it. Continuing on tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Day 24. And the rest of the year. But that's it for today. Closing out. Are you sure you want to stop stream? Hell yeah. Killing it.